Episode 18. This is the Inside Deschutes County podcast. It's available everywhere. You can subscribe on any podcast platform, Apple, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Listen, rate, and review. You can also find us on Deschutes.org/podcast.
Deschutes County is an amazing place to live.
Ease of access.
Work and play.
Great place to raise a family.
I love the weather and the high
At
desert.
Deschutes County, we provide excellent service.
We're here to help you.
Deschutes County is the heart of Oregon.
Everyone wants to be here.
This is episode 18 of the Inside Deschutes County podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Eric Brion. I hope everyone is thawed out from our blast of snow and ice. A big shout out to the Deschutes County Road Department for all their work. Our Facilities Department, who helped keep sidewalks and parking lots clear at all of our county facilities. And of course, we want to thank the city and state crews who work so hard to keep Central Oregon's roads clear too, so thank you to them. My guest today probably had a snow shovel in hand during our snow event. That's because he does a lot of heavy lifting, mostly with veterans. Keith Macnamara from Deschutes County Veteran Services is here. Keith, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Did you have a shovel in hand?
I did. I did.
You got a snow blower? What's the
No
deal?
snow blower, just manual shoveling.
Just a lot of hard work.
Yep.
No, is it gone at your place? I mean, I
Pretty
still have ice.
Yeah, I live in Redmond, so there's some spots that are kind of icy.
Man, that was a blast of stuff.
It was.
We got it pretty
was.
good.
Yeah.
Well, we want to take a moment to talk about the important services the county provides when it comes to veterans. But first, we want to congratulate and recognize you. You're retiring after 19 years as a Veteran Services Officer for Deschutes County.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I just heard about this.
Yeah. It's
I was shocked.
it was a hard decision.
Yeah.
I guess trying to wake up the next day and not having to go to work. I'm going to look at my watch and go, am I late?
Yeah, that'll be a little different.
It'll be different.
That'll be different, but congratulations on that. This is a big question, but how have things changed when it comes to veteran services over the course of when you started almost 20 years ago and now? I mean, first of all, your team is bigger, I imagine.
Absolutely.
But what else can you tell us about how things have changed over your time at Deschutes County?
When I started, it was a struggle getting VA benefits. Everything was handwritten, paperwork, 26-page
Analog.
application.
Everything was analog.
Yeah, and now it's all digital. Got a full staff.
Typewriter?
Keyboard. Yeah. And everything's electronically submitted, so it's a lot faster and more smooth. So it's been an evolution. So
Well, you served in the Navy.
I did. Yep.
16 years.
Yep.
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for your service. But and now it's kind of it was almost like you did double duty. You did service twice. You'd served in the Navy, and then now you serve the county.
I did.
And veterans in the county for this amount of time, for 20 years. Talk about how did that time in the Navy help you for your second phase, your second chapter?
I realized later on in my career in the Navy that, there was benefits available to veterans. I did apply myself for benefits, so that kind of steamrolled into wanting to do this kind of work.
What's the need now for because there's 18,000 veterans in Central Oregon, Deschutes County.
Yeah.
But what's the I know you don't serve every single one of them. Probably, what is it, about 6,000-7,000 of them, maybe?
Close to 7,000.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the need now for veterans? Is it mostly benefits? Talk about what people need to know about veteran services and what they can get from from your team?
We're advocates. We assist in applying for VA benefits. We apply for disability that occurred while they were on active duty. There's non-service connected pension, health care, there's education. There's quite a gamut of benefits that people can be eligible for, depending on when they served.
So is benefits what they need most?
Benefits is what they need most after they get out, yeah. When I got out, there was no real education on how to do things. And now the military, and there's education, there's classes on what to do. So
I would imagine education and outreach would be almost as important as the benefits themselves, because is one of your biggest challenges that people don't know?
people don't know. I still today get people to walk in and say, hey, I didn't know you were here. So word of mouth can be very helpful.
And how relieved are people when they know that there's somebody out there who's an advocate for them, who can support them and actually have services for them? I would imagine, I'm not a veteran, but I can imagine that it's a weight off of their shoulders when they know that, hey, I've got somebody in my corner.
Yes.
And I've also got these benefits available to me. What is that like for them when they find out that you can help?
That's very weightlifting for them. Some veterans try and do it themselves and just get overwhelmed. And then they come in and know that we're here and we're going to help them through the process and take care of the paperwork for them. So when they leave, they have this weight lifted off their shoulders, knowing that we're in their corner and we're going to fight for them to get their benefits. So,
is there a story that resonates with you? I mean, I know you can't get into anything too specific, and you want to protect people's, privacy, what they've gone through. But over these last 19 years, Keith, you've got to have these stories that kind of carry with you about the ability to help. Is there anything that kind of, as you approach retirement at the end of March,
yeah,
I bet all these stories are bubbling back to the surface, are they not?
they are. There's quite a few. I think almost the biggest reward is still today. It has been, but still today is World War II veterans. They still come into the office and seek benefits that they had no idea that were available to them. When you can change
after all this time,
yeah,
still, wow.
After all this time, and you can get them benefits and change their lives, it's heartfelt and it's very rewarding. So,
how many people do you think? This is a crazy question, but how many lives do you think you've affected in this 19-year run?
Boy,
thousands.
Thousands. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to determine. So,
are you sure you want to give it up?
I'm leaning on both ways.
Yeah, no, it's hard, huh?
It's hard. Yeah, a little anxious and a little happiness going on at the same time.
Yeah, so. And your team, I'm sure, is that's going to be a void that they're going to have to fill. And
yeah,
you used to be pretty much the only guy doing veteran services. Am I correct in that?
Yes. When I first started, I was the only veteran service officer. I did have a front desk lady, but other than that, I was the only veteran service officer for the county. So it's kind of grown over the years.
You must be one of the longest veteran services officers in the state, I'm guessing.
I'm getting real close.
Are you?
Yeah,
I guess there.
I know one that's been there about 35 years.
Okay.
So she's
kudos
awesome.
to her. Shout out to her.
Right.
For 35 years.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So
that's amazing. So you're helping all these people manage the emotions, the processes, the all the things that go with trying to get these benefits. But then there's you.
yeah.
How do you manage the emotional impact, and how does your team deal with that? Because I talked to one of your colleagues recently,
Yeah.
and she told me something that was kind of surprising, and I wouldn't have thought about it. I mean, it makes sense, but it wouldn't have been the first thing I thought about, is the amount of sadness and grief and mental health and even death involved in what you do.
There is.
Talk about that a little bit.
It's difficult, the mental health aspect and knowing, when you have served somebody for a while and all of a sudden you get this phone call that they have passed away, is very, I don't know how to say it, but you realize that life is short, and you can't keep going forever. But the stress involved, the stories you hear, about what they went through in their service time, it can put a toll on you. So you have to find a way for that, to get that off your shoulders, and not take it home with you.
Yeah, and it's not just the veteran themselves; it's their families too, right? I mean,
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, a veteran could pass, and then you got the impact on their families.
Yeah.
Or vice versa,
Yeah.
a spouse can pass, and the impact on veterans.
Correct.
You got to deal with all of that.
We do. Yeah.
How do you do it?
It's not easy, but we know, what we can do to help in that situation. There may be widow or widower's benefits available to that spouse. We just have to sit down and talk to them and determine what we can do going forward.
So what do you need to know or be your training? Do you have to be a veteran to be a veteran services officer? What goes into the support to do what you do?
You don't have to be a veteran. You just have to have that desire to help. There's a lot of training that goes on. There's training every year from the state. There's national training that we go through, and there's also regional trainings that we go through. We have to be accredited to assist veterans. And to maintain that accreditation, we have to do a certain amount of training. So, and then we have to test every couple of years to
Because it's always changing.
It's always changing. Yeah, the test always changes.
It's funny how that happens.
Yeah, I know, isn't it?
They always do that.
Yeah.
I know you've talked. You did a marketing campaign recently about making sure people know that these services are available, and that it's free for veterans, right? I mean, there are pension poachers and other things out there. What would you want to tell veterans about what you provide in terms of, hey, don't do this, but hey, come to us instead? Or
our services are free. We don't charge for anything. Don't go to a private company. If you don't have to, you can if you want to. But our services are free, and we do the same thing that they do. So
free sounds good to me.
Free sounds great to me too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We talked a little bit about it, but your team has grown.
It has.
So how many's on your team now?
We have 5 people in the office now.
All veteran services officers.
We have admin support tech and 4 veteran service officers, including myself.
So more support for these 7,000 people that come.
Absolutely.
So that's great.
And we get new people every day almost. So
wow. And now you're growing into Redmond.
We are. Just at the North County Service Center. We just opened an office there, and actually the first day for a service officer to be there is today.
Today being January 25th, as of this
25th.
recording.
For beginning, we're only going to be there 2 days a month to see how the caseload goes. If we have to expand, we can expand.
So it's but a step, right? I mean, there's a need all over the county.
There is. And we also go to Lapine. We do share an office down there 2 days a month as well. So it's outreach is very helpful because there's a lot of people that don't like to travel or can't travel. So it's easier for them to get to their location than it is to come to ours.
It's really interesting to me about the areas of the county which might have more need. Do you see that like there's more need in a certain part of the county as opposed to other parts of the county? Or is it just everywhere?
It's mainly in Bend, Redmond, Lapine, and some out in Sisters. It's not quite as much out there, but we service all of Deschutes County. So it doesn't matter where you live, come see us.
Come see us.
Yeah.
When I was talking to your colleague, one of the things that she told me was yes, the benefits are important, but one of the things that the veterans tend to appreciate a lot is just being heard.
It is. And the report.
Talk about that a little.
Yeah. I can remember one case in particular where a Vietnam vet came in, and as we talked, he told me that this was the very first time he had ever spoken about it. And his spouse was with him. So that's, to have him open up and talk to me about his experiences and what happened, it meant a lot to me. And, I still keep in touch today. So,
And I bet that'll continue even in your retirement years. You've probably made tons of contacts, friends, as a result of helping, I would imagine.
Yeah, I see people in stores everywhere I go. I get stopped a lot and asked questions, but that's okay. Veterans need assistance. And if they have a question in a store, ask me. It's okay. Don't have to be formal in the office. We want, especially in the office, we want to keep it not formal. Make them feel relaxed.
Yeah, because I would imagine it's probably a scary thing for them.
It is. And to think about sitting across the table with a person, or say a man with a shirt and a tie and is a little formal, and it might be a little off-putting. So when you are casual, you kind of get them to open up more to you.
For veterans who serve, they've got their service, right?
Yeah.
And then once they leave, is this their second battle, is trying to figure out what kind of help there is for them?
It can be. Especially, I would say, more recent veterans get more education about what's available to them than past veterans. We didn't really get the education that was out there or what was available. So it can be a struggle. It's not an automatic thing. Every veteran is different. So it's an individual thing.
Benefits can be kind of a broad term. What do they need most, though, specifically? Is there something specific is it medical? Is it financial support? What's the answer to that question?
Pretty much the answer would be health care and disability compensation. You can get disability compensation for anything, injuries or illnesses that happened while you're on active duty, and you have a chronic condition since then. So you can file for benefits and get disability compensation. So that really helps change your lives to get that extra income every month.
Yeah, that must be what makes you proud of your 19 years helping all these people get help like that. What are you going to miss? It's a twofold question. What are you most proud of? And what are you going to miss the most? It could be the same thing.
Yeah, I think what I'm most proud of is we've grown the office to where it needs to be to serve the veterans of Deschutes County. What I'm going to miss the most is waking up and doing this every day. It's a purpose in life. And to wake up and not have that purpose one day is going to be life-changing for me.
I hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
It's a little emotional.
Yes, it is.
Have you had to choke back the tears a little bit about now what, and not having that to go to every day?
Yeah. You can ask my wife about the tears. Yeah, when I think about it, it's a big change in my life, but I need, I want to move on and spend time with my wife and my kids and enjoy the remainder of my retirement. So,
this is an impossible question to answer, but is it comparable? The service that you did for the Navy versus the service you did for the county? Where is there one that's, obviously there's some recency bias there because you've been doing this for the last almost 20 years.
yeah.
But wow, the sense of pride has got to just be immense on both fronts.
Yes. When I was in the Navy, I retired in 1994, so it's been a couple of years ago. I woke up, I did my job all the time, every day. And my wife did the hard part. She had to raise the family. I was gone a lot, being on ships. So it was difficult in that aspect. I didn't get to see a lot of my kids growing up. And that's why I retired early, so I could enjoy that part, And then to do this, at least I get to go home and see them. I get to go home and see my wife every day. And, my kids are live in the same town as I do. So it's great.
What will your team say about you now that you're gone? Are they going to miss your sense of humor, your workout? What are they going to miss the most about you? I know that's hard to talk about yourself because you're a quiet guy.
I am.
And don't like to talk about yourself from what I've in our conversations we've had. I've always I had to drag you kicking and screaming to this podcast.
Yep. Yeah.
But what will your team?
I would hope they say that they learned a lot and they have a purpose in what they're doing. And hopefully I got them on the right path for that purpose. I think I did.
And what will you say to them now going forward? What advice do you have for them?
They all know where I live. They all have my phone number.
Party at Keith's house, is that the
right?
deal?
So if there's anything they ever need, they can always contact me. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Keith, thank you for your service in the Navy, for your service to Deschutes County, and for all the advice you're going to give your colleagues and in the grocery store to the veterans that will still come up and ask you questions.
Yes.
Congratulations on all your work. Into March, right?
Yep. March 31st.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, enjoy all the accolades and the well wishes, and thank you for coming on the podcast and chatting with us for a little bit.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's been my pleasure. And yeah, you had to drag me over here, but
Kicking and screaming.
I'm very grateful that I did. Thank you.
If you have a question about veteran services and the help it can provide to vets and their families in Deschutes County, you can go to deschutes.org/vets. That's deschutes.org/vets, or call 585-VETS. That's 585-8387. And if you have a question about this podcast or ideas for future podcasts, you can email us at info@deschutes.org. And remember to subscribe to the Inside Deschutes County podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, you name it. You can also find us at deschutes.org/podcast. Drop us a review, drop us a rating. We'd really appreciate it. But until next time, please be safe out there.